Alrighty, for this next segment, we will be doing a quick little Q&A with Greg. My name's Jackson. I'm usually the one who's behind the camera. And let's get you guys educated on some silver and how we can use that to use it as a hedge against the American dollar. So, Greg, explain to us hyperinflation. What is it, and how can gold and silver help us combat that hyperinflation?
Yeah, hyperinflation is created by the central banking system. They're the only ones that can actually do this, and what they do is they flood the market with actual currency, large, incredible amounts that can never be sustained in an environment. So what it does is it ends up costing more money or more currency, it's not money, it's currency, to actually purchase items in our world. So as they flood the market with more and more, literally trillions of these notes that are virtually worthless, maybe 2 cents a note as far as true value is concerned, it actually ends up taking more of those notes in order to purchase items. And this is an extremely dangerous situation, and this is what we've literally been dealing with in our world for the last several decades, actually, for that matter, ever since the Federal Reserve was instituted in 1913 to today, which is 110 years. We've seen unprecedented, value. These increases in what they're stating as values are absolutely completely false and fake. Has nothing to do with real value. One of the greatest examples is a $20 gold piece. Back in the day, you could actually buy a suit, in the teens, 20s, 30s, for $20, and that was considered a very large amount of funds. It's funny how that same gold piece, which is still a $20 gold piece, today can buy you a nice suit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it's a perfect example of what they've done to the money supply. It just over increased it and made it to where everything is just absolutely inflated in values, which really things actually never change unless the Federal Reserve or a central banking system actually changes them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, go on to our next question. Yeah. So, we get a lot of people that come in, they want to buy low and sell high. Why would you discourage that?
Well, right now, it's interesting because, we totally get and realize that individuals are going to live their lives and they're going to utilize resource or what they see as resource to get themselves out of a dire situation or a difficult circumstance in their life. We totally respect and understand that. But, we're not big fans of, individuals, calling up and saying, yeah, I want to buy a new razor and, I want to turn in, 10 ounces of gold to, get the 20 or, say 15 ounces or whatever it is, to buy that new ATV or whatever, right? I mean, it's just kind of like the mentality is completely false because you're actually trading in precious metal, which is truly real money, for digits, for basically Federal Reserve notes.
It's not fiat currency.
Yeah, for nothing.
So we see a lot of leading experts giving various predictions on where gold and silver will be by the end of the year, start of next year. Mm-hmm. You've been in the gold and silver and precious metal market for quite some time now. Mm-hmm. And where do you see it going by the end of the year, in your opinion?
Well, since we only have a couple weeks left before the end of the year, I like what I'm seeing, but as usual, we're always cautious about this whole entire process because there's still bankers involved, and they completely use the ETFs and these trading cycles to. It's one of the last things available for the bankers in the world where they can make money, And so we may see one more shot. My feeling is that we're probably going to continue to see an increase up until the end of the year here. I think since we already peaked at that $2,100 level on gold, I can feel very confident that we probably will see that, maybe $2,200 before the end of the year. It is possible we could see $2,400-$2,500. I think it's very possible. I think that would start off the year in a bull market that we've never seen before. Mm-hmm. And on the silver front, wouldn't it be something if we see $30, right before the Christmas weekend?
That'd be amazing.
I think it's very possible. I really do. It's going to take the bankers backing down. And, many of them are going to be put in jail, to be quite honest, folks. Or their constituents, or those that they deal with, and Congress, by the way, is involved with this whole entire process. The Fed can't get anything done with the way they do it without the support of congressional, leaders, in quotes. I think it's a possibility. That we could see, that's very conservative, $30 on silver, and let's say, conservatively again at $2,100, $2,150 before the start of the new year. And then the new year, we'll have to do another interview like this, because I have a feeling it's going to start off right after that first pretty strong. We may not see that first week of January. Either it's going to be super strong, or it's going to just be kind of mellow as they prepare for what's coming.
Kind of like the calm before the storm.
I think so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we see a lot of countries starting to taper away from the American dollar as kind of the standard. Mm-hmm. How can we also start to taper away from the American dollar while still supporting ourselves financially as American citizens?
Yeah, this has a lot to do with processes that are in motion right now in a very strong way, where the people aren't seeing it right now. But we are going through a complete change and a complete economic shift into a new system. It's called the quantum financial system. It's actually already in motion strongly. It's going to allow the countries of the world, those that have been hyperinflated and completely damaged, like Iraq and places of this nature, Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela. It goes on and on and on. There's so many that have been damaged. There's going to be a change, and it's going to be positive for the world. There'll be a one-to-one mentality, with the currencies, rather than these ridiculous, like with Russia, the ruble, and Mexico with the amount of, how many it takes to get to $1 is going to change dramatically around the world. And really, it's going to be done through gold and silver.
So you do see America kind of going back to a gold standard?
It's an absolute. System.
And so a lot of people kind of bring up digital currencies. Some people say, well, I think America is going to go digital. I think the world is going to go digital. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on digital currencies? Why could it be a good thing? In what sense can it be a good thing? And where and why can it also be a bad thing?
Yeah, I think that if you're referring to cryptocurrencies, I'm assuming is what you're asking about.
Yeah.
The whole concept of the whole cryptocurrency, it was a brilliant one, as far as if it's done in a manner that's valued to all people. One of the problems with particularly Bitcoin is that the U.S. government has bought tremendous amounts of it and actually controls it. And many of the commodities in our world are, most, if not all, are controlled and manipulated because they hold massive holdings of those things. So you can, if you have massive holdings of anything and you can manipulate the numbers, we got a real problem for the people. And that's probably the biggest issue. I'm not against cryptocurrencies at all. I never have been. In fact, I've been very pro about them. But I want to know that myself and those of us that are involved in them or invested in them have actually got something of true value backing those particular cryptos. So that's a powerful thing, and I believe that people should be involved if they're comfortable with that and want to do something that way.